Right, so we're taking a whole host of electrics out to the boat to get installed. I've measured up a lot of the cables and stuff and made some adjustments to some of this kit, but hopefully today is going to be a bit of a install day. So you see we've got wind instruments, Orca, new radio, lots of other bits to fit and sort out. So it should be fun. So we're heading out, fully laden. I'm just behind that other one there. So I'm just concentrating on getting onto the mooring now. Just show you a quick trick I've learned as I've come alongside. So basically what has happened is, obviously off my mooring buoy, my rope from under my mooring buoy is anchored around here. What I've done, if you can see, I've come away from it. I've put the mooring rope through my, let's just put on this, I don't want to lose anyway. So my mooring rope has gone through the side of my dinghy, so I'm now tethered, attached to the boat. So it keeps this end locked in, and then I can tie off the other end with the rope to keep it all alongside nice and straight while I unload this lot. So just getting ready to set up the Orca, installing it. So I've crudely wired it up, and I'm just trying to install it on the mobile or the iPad. I had a little bit of a playing around with the Wi-Fi connection and the Bluetooth sharing internet connection from my mobile to the iPad, and connecting the Orca to get it set up. But you'll see it was, I mean, it was going to be I'm just going to let it run as it happened, but it was quite an easy setup from sort of not reading any instructions to sort of plug and play. Needed a few updates, but other than that it all worked quite well. I've basically chosen Orca as the start of my install alongside radio and some wind instruments, just trying to find the cheapest way to put a decent system on a boat that had nothing, very little, that I ripped out and started from fresh. So as you'll see, it's going to be doing a couple of updates, but I'll leave you to see what's going on. So like I said, there's quite a bit of updating to get through, so I will edit it slightly, but I'm not really trying to take away any of the steps or much of the time, because it was quite a quick process. But once I get to the percentage of the updating in a minute, I will sort of speed that part up and cut it through. But it didn't take much more than the 3 minutes that it says about. It was just me playing around with some of the settings on the phone to share connection, bits and pieces like that. But all in all, it was quite an easy process. So now the Orca core's all updated and transferred, I'll get back to when I'm starting to video, obviously with voiceover, and you can sort of hear what I'm seeing and doing at the time. So, a real rough test of all the equipment, some rough wiring. We've got another leisure battery to do, the on-off switch to mount. So we're going to have two 115 amp hour leisure batteries, going to the switch. This panel is going to be behind there, so all the wiring's out of the way. We've got our on and off switches. So at the moment we've got our depth sounder and our wind speed. Okay, I still need to put that on the mast. Just hold it at the moment. And then we've also got Orca with our chart plotter. The next thing I need to do, because at the moment I think, where's it come up? I just need to connect the NEMA 2000s all up there. Backbone's working because the Orca's on there. We need to get the sail wind speed data to come from there to there, and we need to fit a radio. So radio as well. Oh, I think I've hidden the wind vane in the wind. But yeah, that's all. It's a radio next, and then we can make sure everything works. We've got the radio plugged in crudely and into the NEMA. So let's try the next button. Oh, how do we go down? How do we go down? How do we go down? Right, let me put my AIS and my AIS in now. What is it? Sorted. We're going. So we should, if I'm right, I think I should be able to get Orca up. And we should hope to see some AIS targets. Let's have a little look. This is really crudely set up. Yes, is that it? Just noticed I've had it beeping. This is AIS coming in. CPA alarm, pressing the key. So basically there's a boat coming within close proximity to me, which is the first time I've had it on. I've basically gone to listening watch C74 because I'm in the local area, just while I'm testing it out. I'm fixing the the ripped sail cover, but I'm just testing out some of the bits. Obviously we've still got it crudely set up, but that's all been waterproofed in there and stuff. Obviously got a little bit we're pumping out, but yeah, that should be a boat somewhere. Somewhere approaching. Don't know how far away it is. Might be the one. Oh, it's that one. Me, such an idiot. It's that one. Going to be coming through. That big one there. There's me looking the other way. Get it all back front. So there's still a bit to get used to, but that I think is the one that's come up on my AIS, which will eventually come through and open the bridge at 12:40, like I said. So we're going to get a load of waves in a minute as it comes by. Where is it there? Try and zoom in for you. That's that. We'll see what it says on there. See if we can get AIS up on Orca and see what it says. What I did find really useful is the AIS targets that come up and how well it integrates. I think it's with marine traffic, so you can click on the targets. It pops up the information. You can see an image and sort of where the vessel's coming and what it's used for. Yeah, I found it's all really easily, and that's just integrating with the radio that I've got, which has got like an AIS transponder. So it just obviously keeps me nice and safe, but allows me to sort of see what's going on.